Hello and welcome to the channel. Today, we're discussing a topic that affects every single one of us. Sleep. You might think you know everything there is to know about sleep. But we're here to share some interesting and lesser-known facts about this essential part of our daily lives. First off, let's talk about how much sleep the average person needs. The National Sleep Foundation recommends that adults aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. However, it's important to note that the amount of sleep an individual needs can vary based on their age, lifestyle, and overall health. For example, teenagers and young adults tend to need more sleep than adults, while older adults may need less. Now, let's move on to some interesting facts about sleep. Did you know that sleep is essential for learning and memory? During sleep, your brain is busy consolidating your memories and making connections between different pieces of information. In fact, studies have shown that people who get a good night's sleep are better able to remember and retain new information. Speaking of sleep and memory, have you ever heard of the memory consolidation hypothesis? This theory suggests that sleep plays a crucial role in the process of transferring new information from the hippocampus, a region of the brain responsible for forming new memories, to the neocortex, the part of the brain responsible for long-term storage and retrieval of information. Essentially, sleep helps to cement new memories in your brain, making them easier to access and recall later on. But sleep isn't just important for memory and learning, it's also essential for overall physical and mental health. Lack of sleep has been linked to a number of negative health outcomes, including an increased risk of obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and even early mortality. On the other hand, getting enough sleep has been shown to improve mood, boost immunity, and reduce the risk of these negative health outcomes. Now, let's talk about some of the more strange and mysterious aspects of sleep. You might have heard of sleepwalking. Sleepwalking, also known as somnambulism, is a disorder in which a person gets up and walks around during the night while still being asleep. It's estimated that about 1 to 15% of the population has experienced sleepwalking at some point in their lives, and it's most common in children and young adults. But sleepwalking isn't the only strange sleep phenomenon out there. There's also something called sleep paralysis, which is a condition in which a person is unable to move or speak while falling asleep or waking up. Sleep paralysis can be accompanied by vivid and often terrifying hallucinations, and it's thought to be caused by a miscommunication between the brain and the body during the sleep-wake transition. Now, let's move on to another interesting fact about sleep. It's not a passive state. During sleep, your body and brain are actually quite active, performing a number of important functions that are essential for your overall health and well-being. For example, while you sleep, your body is busy repairing and regenerating cells, synthesizing hormones, and strengthening the immune system. But sleep isn't just important for your physical health, it's also essential for your mental health. Studies have shown that sleep plays a crucial role in regulating emotions and improving mood. In fact, lack of sleep has been linked to an increased risk of depression, anxiety, and other mental health conditions. So, we've covered some of the more basic and well-known facts about sleep, as well as some of the more interesting and lesser-known aspects of this essential part of our daily lives. But there are still even more fascinating facts about sleep that we haven't yet touched on. For example, did you know that sleep can affect your perception of time? It's true, when you're sleep-deprived, time can seem to move more slowly or more quickly than it actually is. This can be especially noticeable when you're trying to get through a boring or monotonous task, as the time can seem to drag on endlessly. And speaking of boring tasks, have you ever heard of the boredom effect? This is the phenomenon in which people are more likely to fall asleep during a boring or monotonous activity, like watching a slow-paced movie or listening to a dull lecture. This is because the brain becomes less stimulated during these activities, making it easier to fall asleep. But sleep isn't just influenced by boredom, it can also be affected by a variety of other factors, like age, diet, and even the weather. For example, older adults tend to have a harder time falling and staying asleep, and certain foods and drinks, like caffeine and alcohol, can interfere with sleep. And if you're someone who's sensitive to the weather, you may have noticed that you sleep better on certain nights depending on the temperature, humidity, and other atmospheric conditions. Now, let's talk about one of the more mysterious aspects of sleep, dreams. Dreams are a natural part of the sleep cycle, and they're thought to be a way for the brain to process and make sense of the events and experiences of the day. Dreams can be vivid and realistic, or they can be strange and surreal, and they can range from pleasant to downright nightmare-inducing. But despite the fact that we all dream, there is still a lot that we don't understand about this mysterious aspect of sleep. We hope you've learned something new about this essential part of our daily lives, and that you'll be inspired to prioritize your sleep and make sure you're getting the recommended 7 to 9 hours per night. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in for more fascinating topics like this. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel and share with your friends and family.